quantum mechanics specialist at Project Janus. Now, our attempt at gateway triangulation failed to close the dimensional breach. We never should have deployed the LTGs. That was a job for soldiers. Now the devices are scrap, and this town is screwed. I have no idea where Panos and Pelletier are. Nobody is on comms. I'm hiding out in Ali's comic shop. If I don't survive, let this be my testimony. I put the blame squarely on Director Richtofen. He is obsessed with using Ethereum to disrupt space-time. That much I knew, but there was so much more I didn't. I assisted him with the containment sphere. Sam had become erratic, even defiant. Richtofen didn't give a shit. He just kept plowing forward. He was more than willing to risk what's happening now for whatever he was really after. I can't imagine what would motivate anyone to go this far. Considering what he's done, I hope he never gets it. Ali, careful where you point her!
This is Dr. Annette Pelletier. We couldn't contain the breach, and the LTG's been blown to bits. The bank vault is gonna be the smartest place to wait this out. If I don't suffocate before I'm rescued, Moline and Panos' comms are dead. I'm betting they are too. I knew this day was coming. It was foolish to think we had more time. It started as whispers, these idiotic claims that Janus leadership was holding someone captive. But it didn't stop there. Other, more deranged gossip suggested the victim was being held in some sort of tank. I wrote it off. We were all overworked and some people were starting to crack. Less than a week later, an anti-fraternization policy was enforced. We weren't allowed to interact with other departments. Research teams are kept compartmentalized. It's essential to our work, but with Janus, was that also to cover up something nefarious? All I know is the conspiracies flying around suddenly had an air of legitimacy, and if even a fraction of it was true, everyone was in danger. I warned my team about the rumors. Fingers crossed they're still alive. Security was a different story. They chose to ignore the bossy lady scientist. Whatever. I may be bossy, but those negligent a-holes have killed us all.
Dr. Pericles Panos, Project Janus, Energy Research Division. It has become abundantly clear Director Richtofen is slipping. Thankfully, no one has noticed. As far as they are concerned, the Director is fulfilling his duty. Modi is no different. Anything he receives from her island of horrors might as well be sealed with a kiss. She calls herself a woman of science. But that schoolgirl crush of hers is becoming problematic. No one sees that this entire operation is little Edward's tinderbox. All it requires is one lit match and foam. Whatever Sam is telling him, his patience is waning. The longer her promises remain unfulfilled, the more erratic he becomes. If we fail, it will all be down to Richtofen and his hubris.
Chief of Security, John Blanchard. Inspected construction today. Project's really coming together, but I keep thinking about how my granddad wouldn't take me to Fort Washita when I was a kid. I wanted to do their bullshit ghost tour for Halloween. Sounded like dumb fun. Sorry, Johnny. That place is bad medicine. Granddad actually used those words, and he meant it. Now I'm starting to think the same thing might be true about the mansion. I'd like to believe Josiah Shem didn't know what he was doing when he had his flock build the place. If he did, then he got what he deserved. Shem's folly. Ain't that the truth? Every owner after him, captains of industry, gangsters, you name it. All their money and power couldn't save them. Shit like that doesn't just happen without other forces at work. Granddad knew that. But that's where the Director wants to bunk down. And I can't talk him out of it. So my job's making sure he doesn't end up like everyone else who moved into the murder mansion. Lucky me.
Well, shit's popped off just like he said it might. Pericles Panos, Ph.D. Not who I'd have pictured as my best buddy. But he's a good machinist and a no-bullshit guy. He loves bourbon almost as much as me. We built us a whiskey still. The Thrustodyne Model 23. I shit you not, the boiler's heated by a freaking jet engine. Panos, he worked at Project Janus. Kind of a genius. Always bitching about office politics and weird experiments. Then today all hell breaks out, and he's trying to reverse whatever they set loose. He tracked me down, and he gave me a diagram. Claimed it could turn the Thrustodyne into a weapon. All I needed was some wire, a handbrake, and a pressure gauge. I only managed to fetch the engine before the maggot sex damn near tore me apart. Oh, hell, I'm too beat up now to go gate crashing. Need a lucky rabbit's foot just to survive out there. May as well fetch my own funeral wreath. But if you find this tape and you ain't as chewed up as I am, well, maybe, just maybe, you'll stand a chance of putting together my buddy's jet gun. Well, good fucking luck with that. Hey, Joe, Etherell is selling like hotcakes. First run of 500's already gone. And folks are coming in just to get a picture with the statue. Now, don't worry, I won't turn it back on. Especially since I finally got the wall fixed up from the last time. Oh, hey, speaking of, Sheriff came over, barking about Janus suits getting all up in his shit, asking about that night. He wanted me to take it down, but I told him hell no. It's a tourist attraction. Oh, plus, we worked hard on it. Anywho, I'm gonna head out and print some more. Hey, your ass better be writing issue number 2. That's it, Carl. We ready to roll out.
You go ahead. I'm doing one last sweep through town. See if there are any stragglers.
What stragglers? It's been hours since we've seen signs of life. Ain't nothing left except those freaks in their glowing eyes.
The devil's eyes got hellfire burning inside them. That's what Mama said.
Carl, listen, I know you're a good man.
And you found the little girl at Freedom Fried Chicken, didn't you?
Yeah, but she's all there was. Face it, Liberty Falls is dead and buried.
No, it ain't. Not till I say it is.
Nothing out there gives a flying fuck what you say.
Watch it.
Look, I'd get my tire iron and take 'em all on if I thought it'd make a difference. But brother, that ain't in the cards. You get on that bike, it's gonna be your last ride.
Then I'll rally old Bloodburner till the tires are bald and we're riding on rims. Whoever's left, I'm getting them out. Even if I gotta crash the gates of hell to do it. Mom always said I'd go down in flames. Whoever may find this, I want to let it be known that this community summoned this wrath upon itself. This church was a hollow vessel. Our prayers dwindled into a quiet whisper. Children running rampant with no humility or respect. Their satanic music playing incessantly. All of them sat in front of their television sets, worshiping that false prophet, blocking out the divine life. Those towers were built to test our faith, and we had none to hold back the evil within them. Janus people filled my church, drank my wine, asked for forgiveness. I was overjoyed. My pride blinded me from seeing their true design. Liberty Liberty Falls was chosen to be the genesis of the end. I gaze upon this rapture with calm and serenity as I await the warm embrace of paradise.
December 3rd, 1990. My name is Boone Benson, manager of Liberty Falls Savings and Loan Bank. In the event that something happens to me, I want the following to serve as legal testimony on my behalf. First and foremost, I always had the community's best interests at heart. When Project Janus chose this town, I saw an opportunity to change our lives for the better. Well, you know what they say about roads paved with good intentions. In the beginning, everything was above board, not a penny out of place. Project Janus has set up personal accounts for all his staff, relocating Liberty Falls, which felt like a preview of the good fortune to come. Then, Director Richthofen approached me about conducting payroll through the bank, which seemed like a strange request. And those European investors got involved and ruined everything. Helping Project Janus was one thing, but the Avalon folks, they weren't like us. People here know a hard day's work. We're not criminals. So when I was tasked to set up a financial pipeline for them, I refused. I wouldn't participate in whatever money laundering scheme they planned. Richthofen assured me it was just how they preferred to handle funds for the project, but I'm no fool. I know a devil when I see one, no matter how fine the suit. I still said no. He was very clear. If I didn't do as I was told, his investors would make me disappear. Then they go after my family and anyone else that they saw as problematic.